Welcome back to the Hit Squad. Chad Range alongside Jesse Finney. Now, UFC 164 right up the road in Milwaukee. That's great. They're having events in Indianapolis and Milwaukee, so it's hitting the Midwest. And, of course, St. Louis is a huge fight city. We've got our fingers crossed for maybe one coming our way. Exactly. 164 happening Saturday, August 31st in Milwaukee. Great fight card. Really excited for it. I'm just going to run down the fight card, and then, of course, we're going to do our predictions. And this is the only segment that we don't have sponsored. Hint, hint.
Right.
So if you're out there, sponsor our prediction section. Why not? UFC 164, Benson Henderson, Anthony Pettis. We touched on the trash talk in the first segment. Going to be a good fight there.
It's going to be an excellent fight. I think that it's stylistically, it's going to be, this is going to be one where if it stands up, that Anthony Pettis is going to win. If it goes to the ground, Anthony Pettis is going to lose. Benson Henderson will hold him down and beat him up.
And we will figure that out here shortly. Frank Mir, Josh Barnett. I'm excited for that
That's
one.
That's an excellent fight. That's an interesting fight because you got two guys I feel that are probably on their way out.
Yeah.
And it's going to go one way or another. I know Josh just re-signed with the UFC, so he'll probably have at least a second chance. Be interesting to see if Frank Mir loses this fight. What's going to happen?
Yeah, where he ends up. Absolutely. Chad Mendes, Clay Guida.
I love the 145ers, man. I mean, these guys bring it every single time. Clay Guida, he's crazy. He's nuts. Loves the Lake of the Ozarks here in St. Louis, by the way. He's a good old Chicago boy. That's a very exciting fight for both of those two because they both have that great style where they're going to get in your face and go for 15 minutes.
Fans winning that one for
Absolutely.
Sure. Ben Rothwell, Brandon Vera.
Ben Rothwell, if you lose the fight, you're done. Brandon Vera, this is an interesting one because Ben Rothwell is a big one, a big heavyweight. Brandon Vera is a very small heavyweight. Brandon Vera is an exciting guy, man. I mean, he's vicious. That's going to be a coin toss there. That's going to be a tough one to call.
Eric Koch, Dustin Poirier. That's the last one.
Two guys on the verge of making it into the big time. I mean, so there's got a lot on the line for these two. I tell you what, one of these two will be getting a title shot very soon.
Oh wow, that's good. That's a lot on the line for that first fight on the undercard, and it's going to be the first fight that we predict. So I'm going to go. You want me to go ahead? May I?
Absolutely. Take what you want there, buddy.
Beauty before brains.
You want me to go first?
Brains? Boy, you don't want to talk about a coin flip there. I'm going with Poirier. I think I do. I've seen him fight. I like what he brings, and I like you said, I got my fingers crossed for big things from Dustin Poirier.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you on this. I think it's going to be a coin toss on this one. I really do. But I'm going to go with Koch on this one. Eric is an exciting kid that it always comes hard to fight. Poirier's got great jiu-jitsu. Good stand-up, but I'm going to have to go with Koch.
All right, the disagreement begins. And I got to say, before we go any further, I'm 28-24, and Jesse's opened up quite a big lead, 37-15. I'm flirting with under 500 here.
And I will say this, man, is I haven't changed anything since the beginning when I was flirting with 500. It's really just because the UFC puts such good fights together here.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, we also, man, we're neck and neck, and I can tell you that I've actually got lucky on a few.
You let me pick one whole card, and I missed every one, and he got the whole...
yeah, like I said, I got lucky.
Bitter at that.
Yeah.
Ben Rothwell, Brandon Vera. You said Ben Rothwell's back is against the wall. Obviously, a lot to lose for him.
A lot to lose for him, and I got to tell you something. Ben Rothwell's had it all, man. He's a good wrestler. He's not a great wrestler. He's an exciting striker. I've been extremely disappointed in his performance in the UFC. I thought that when he came out of the IFL that he was actually going to be something, and he really hasn't. And he showed glimpses here and there, but he's shown me one thing, and that's the one thing that he always has, and that he's lazy. And I have to say, I'm done with them. I'm going to go with Brandon Vera.
Yeah, I am too. Like you said, I've been burnt, and then I've been burnt again on both sides. I used to go with Uriah Faber. I went against him because I thought, his back's against the wall. Well, he came out and fought great. And then the same thing with Overeem. I thought, well, his back's against the wall. He's going to come out and fight great. He didn't.
Right.
So I'm saying, like you said, I'm going with Brandon Vera. So we both agree on that one. All right, Chad Mendes, Clay Guida. I'm going with Clay. He hangs out the Lake of the Ozarks. That's my reasoning for it.
Right.
That's right.
Great reasoning.
Yeah, and that's in-depth stuff right there.
I hate to go against Clay Guida because the guy is always you know what you're going to get. He's going to give you 15 minutes of hell, and he's going to be in your face. His hair is going to be nuts, and he's going to be getting in, going at you. I have to say, Chad Mendes, man, is a great wrestler. I think he might be a little bit better of a wrestler, but on this one, I'm going to go ahead and go with Clay Guida as well. And the reason I like Clay Guida right here is because, man, he's got the experience.
Someone who did burn me before, Frank Mir and Josh Barnett. Boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about a coin toss.
Yes.
I could, yeah.
I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and let you pick.
And then take the opposite?
And I'll take the opposite. This is how close I think this fight could be.
Like I said, I'm going with Josh Barnett. And my last time I went with Frank Mir, and I was just not impressed. Boy, Daniel Cormier worked.
It's wrestling. It was his wrestling. He was dominant with it. But I tell you something, man. I mean, this is this fight could go either way. This fight could be awful, or this fight could be extremely exciting, and I really mean that on both ways. But like I said, like I don't know which way to go. So I give you the pick.
You're going to let me shoot myself in the foot again, as I did that, I think it was about a week ago.
You call it what it is, but I mean, you said it, not me.
Well, then I'll give you dibs on the main event. And I'm really excited about this main event. Ben Henderson, Anthony Pettis, great fight.
You're giving me dibs where I get to pick and you're going to take the opposite?
No, I'm not saying that. No.
Oh, dibs. Define dibs. Hold on, real fast.
I'll give you the first pick on this one.
I wholeheartedly, 110%. I think Anthony Pettis is an exciting. He's better for the UFC. I love him. Duke, you're my boy. But I got to go with Vincent Henderson on this simply for the wrestling. I hope that I'm proved wrong. And I tell you something, there's a lot of people that are saying, man, Pettis is going to win this fight. He knocked out Donald Cerrone with a liver kick. I mean, that doesn't happen. So I got to tell you, but I'm going to go ahead with Vincent Henderson on this. I think that he's going to win it on pure dominance of wrestling.
Probably right. You're probably right. And I need to make up some ground here. And I flip-flopped. In the middle of your explanation, I flip-flopped. Duke, you're my boy. Come on, Duke Rufus. We've had Duke on before, and I hope he's gotten in Vincent's head.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I really do. I hope Anthony, and man, people that don't know Anthony Pettis out there, you couldn't ask for a nicer guy. He is probably one of the most genuinely nice kids you'll ever meet. I call him a kid because he is really young. Don't forget, these guys said this is a rematch.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget that. That's a rematch when Henderson jumped off the cage and kicked him Pettis jumped off the cage and kicked him in the face. So I got to tell you something. You know, this is a hell of a fight. If you're looking for a place to watch it and you're looking for free, look down to Lumiere Casino downtown St. Louis. It's free. They're showing the Stadium Sports Bar. Head down there. You guys will thoroughly enjoy it. We'll be there. Hope to see you guys there as well.
I'm really lobbying for this. Once again, we do not have a sponsor for this segment of our predictions. And as exactly what he said, if you're a business, an establishment, or you just want to have people, random fans that watch fights come over to your house, hit us up. HitSquad at 101sports.com is the email. Twitter at HitSquad101ESPN. Let us know, if you're Buffalo Wild Wings, you're having the fights. Hey, we'll throw it out there for you for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But Lumiere Casino, it's free.
It's free. The Stadium Sports Bar Saturday night. Get down there early, get something to eat, have a few beers, and then when you see Chad, have him buy you one.
Absolutely. That sounds like a plan. Thanks for signing me up for that. Well, in our next segment, we're going to be tackling questions coming from the Knuckle Junkies. That's happening next on 101sports.com.